I waited to take this, right? I usually take this first thing when I get up, is nectar. And it's always a big debate on when's the best time to take creatine, right? I take mine in the morning, I'm gonna tell you why. I think what's ideal is taking it right after you work out. But the most important thing is taking it consistently. And creatine is something that you should be taking even when you're not working out because of the psychological or the neuroprotective properties of it and how it also helps cognition to a pretty high degree. I do it in the morning because, you know, can't forget, just do it in the morning, just get it out the way. It has no flavor, so you can mix it with anything. This is the highest level of creatine. You got regular creatine, then you have Creapure, then you have what's called pure creatine, and that's what this is. When y'all be getting bloated from creatine and feeling all puffy, it's because that basic creatine don't really break down properly. So what happens is you're drinking it, and then your body is pulling water to try to break it down, and it's not. That's why people look fat. This don't happen with Atlas because of the acetic acid. You just go harder and longer on your workouts. You know, you recover way faster. You stronger, the pumps is crazier. It is what it is.
I wish you'd go back to the fade.
Nah, bro.
It just looks so much cleaner on you, bro.
It do, but it's just...
You get the bald fade with a little bit hair on top where it's a little bit darker.
You know why I don't like it? Because I gotta grow past my light spot. If I go a day too long without a cut, then I start looking like a hostage.
To me, it's like, it's not showing off nothing. It's just real simple. Like, no one's gonna see your hair and be like, who cut your hair, Mike? Like,
okay.
You know what I mean?
So you want me to advertise?
Well, you know,
that's what's up.
I can't even post your haircut because it's like, what'd you do? Like,
bald.
You made them bald. That's, oh, wow.
We gotta have a slogan for this summer, like fuck a shirt season. I don't wanna wear a shirt at all this summer. I'm gonna annoy people with no shirt, grocery store, wherever.
Yeah, I'm getting all these tattoos. I want to show them off. So what do you recommend? I take it before or after?
First, all right, now this is the real shit. After is ideal, right, a workout, but what's more important is that you do it consistently.
Right.
So for me, it's easier for me to do it first thing I get up.
Okay.
That's more important than the time of day. It takes about a week or so to get your body saturated enough for it to start taking effect, and then you just keep maintaining it after that.
And
so
do you take it on the days you're not working out also?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So every day regardless.
Every day.
Okay.
Because creatine, people don't realize, well, now they know because of the research, it's good for your brain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why you need to take it every day.
Trevor said earlier about him liking food and him get fit. I have a problem with that too because I love food, but I go to the gym and stuff, and so that's why I look the way I am.
I know what it is. This is my opinion, but I think this is it. Let me ask you, have you ever had six-pack?
No, never.
Okay. If you never had it, sometimes it's not a sense of urgency to get it back, right? But I remember me, I used to never have abs, right? But I had chest, shoulders, strong. Until, shout out to my boy Chris Albert. This is like 2010. He put me on a diet. It was a lean diet. In like a week, I had abs. Bro, I'm like, yo, I gotta keep this. So now, if I ever fall off a little bit, it's never a lot. I know how to get right back, and I wanna get right back because I love how I look, how I feel. So if you never had it, you don't really have a sense of urgency to get it back.
The creatine kicking yet?
There's no way to tell, you don't feel it really, but you know when you're training, because creatine is not something that you feel like a pre-workout, right? But you feel it in your training because you're able to get where you'll normally be like kind of like, oh, this shit hurt. You can keep pushing. So you get more gains out of being on creatine. So I take it so consistently, my cells are saturated. So I get ferocious pumps and I can keep training with the pump, you know what I'm saying? Today we're gonna do arms, we're gonna knock out arms, right? Look, summer's right around the corner. So you gotta have them beach muscles popping. This is how you do this properly. You stand, you get kind of close to it, right? To be straight up. And then you come to about right here, and then you just do this, that's it, right? That's all tricep. This is a simple exercise, so this is one of them exercises you should do perfect, right? And people don't realize this, but if you're on this perfectly, like straight up, boom, not leaning, straight up, and you got it locked right here, you training your abs like crazy.
For the people that, you know, they might gonna comment, you're swinging the dumbbells, that's not a set.
Let's look at it. This is a controlled set. You see that? Look at that. This is total control. Let's say I'm grabbing something heavy and I'm swinging it. So what? This is me. It's my set. What I lift ain't gonna make you buff, all right? And vice versa. Shout out to Flex Lewis, my homie. Flex Lewis, anybody know he was like a 212 bodybuilding champion for many years. One of the best in the world. One of the exercises he taught me was it was a lateral delt raise, but a cheat raise. So you grab something real heavy and you barely doing this, right? Shoulders, delts, traps is on fire. Who's gonna tell him he don't know what he's talking about? Now, if I go heavy, there's gonna be some swinging, 100%. I'm gonna utilize some momentum. It helps me get through the movement, but I'm still getting work. I listen to your advice when you're bigger than me, when you're stronger than me, when you're questioning me, all right? Until then, I'm leaning when I'm doing these, right? There's a reason for that. I had hurt my shoulder. I ain't tell nobody. I hurt my shoulder bad. I'm on 405. Felt light, but I got stuck. And I kept pushing, racked it, didn't hit it. Then my ego was like, you got that. Go do that shit. So I went back and did it again. I didn't even rest that long. Aggressive. And I'm right here pushing too long. And in that moment, I felt some kind of like tweak. So I sat it down. And then my shoulder was just jacked. I couldn't do this. 2 days, I was like, I couldn't really take my shirt off. Fiance had to pull my shirt off for me. It sucked. But, oh, praise be to Allah, it feels way better now. However, everything I'm doing, I'm finding where it don't hurt and where it do hurt and avoiding what hurts so I can keep training. See, that's the thing with me. If I hurt myself, people would never really know because I don't stop, right? So with the curls, I notice if I'm standing right here doing curls, I kind of feel it. So I gotta lean forward a little bit, and then I don't feel it. Quick arm pump, nothing too crazy today. I haven't trained in 2 weeks, don't tell nobody. Just letting my shoulder recover. I don't know if y'all could tell, but just certain movements, I'm trying to manipulate my body in ways to where I'm not hurting or aggravating my shoulder. I didn't want to quit, you know, so. But you gotta listen to yourself, you gotta listen to your body. And once I start feeling a little tweak, I'm like, all right, that's enough for today. I'd rather go 40% than 0%. If you keep going and hurt yourself and can't do anything, you ain't doing nada, right? Longer recovery. So I'd rather do a little bit, some moderate, and keep doing it every day until I can get back to 100, than not do anything at all. So, all right, it's time to go eat.
So this is my first meal of the day. I haven't eaten yet today. My last meal was like at like 8 p.m. last night. So I am at the point now where it's like, I'm like 18 hours fasted now. So, and I'm not like, and I know neither of us are, not ultra specific about like a cutoff of time or whatever, but usually this is pretty much what happens. Like I said around 2 today, because that's usually when I end up eating. I try and do the most meetings before 2 and like admin type of work, so I don't have to stop. Now we've come out to eat. This is something that I think people deal with a lot, is like having to make it match with your goals for your body composition and weight loss with your desire to live a normal social life where you may need to go out to eat. And so we're both gonna like evaluate this menu, and sometimes look, maybe you want to have fun and just eat something that's not really on plan, but I think both me and Mike are pretty dialed in right now with our food, so we'll both share with you like how we approach this menu and what we order to try and hit our goals.
This is what I'm gonna tell you how to do. Go out with your friends still. As they order all this delicious food, pull your pack of tuna out your pocket, and that's what you have, okay? So you can still eat at the restaurant, but you're staying on target. You're staying on, I'm kidding, don't do that. That's weird. You don't have to order the actual things on the menu. You can say, hey, let me get the chicken patty. Let me get a beef patty with XYZ. You always can customize whatever it is you want wherever you go. So just because you're at a restaurant and it may not look like the cleanest options on the menu, you can still mix and match. They do that.
There's very few restaurants these days who aren't in a mindset of providing excellent customer service.
Yeah, just McDonald's or something like that.
Well, no, I mean, even like some of them are like the super high-end places. They're like, we politely decline all modifications.
But they'll have things that's, you know what I'm saying?
Usually the cross-section of places like that is either you wouldn't be there unless you wanted whatever they had, or they have healthy stuff in general. High-quality stuff.
Yes.
The first thing I look at when I'm trying to pick a menu item when I'm eating out is protein the first ingredient. Not always do they go in order of abundance of the ingredient, but usually they do. If it's a protein-forward dish, usually the protein is going to be listed first. So like right now I have my eye on this Captain's Ahi wrap. The first ingredient in it is ahi tuna. The second ingredient is red onion. So it's like going into vegetables afterwards. So it's going to be pretty lean, most likely. And there's nothing that indicates a heavy sauce or oil or whatever. There's an aioli on it, and that's the trick here. Whenever something has sauce on it, you can always, like Mike said, you can ask for it on the side. You don't have to have it mixed into it. That way you could control how much of it you want, or if you even want it at all.
This is typically early for me to eat. Like right now is 2:22. I would typically eat around 6, but it's all good. Look, I'm not into, like he said, we're not super strict on the actual amount of hours in the eating window, yada yada yada. I'm of the mindset everybody's different, but I adopt calories in, calories out. I just like eating at the end of my day because I get a little itis after I eat and I want to kick my feet up, right? And I think it's a good reason for that. I think there's a natural physiological reason for that, right? Like our bodies need to be sitting still to kind of process all of the nutrition properly.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, so that's why you don't feel energized after you eat. You want to, like, your body slows down so you can digest it properly. It's not ideal to grub and then work out. I know y'all think that, but that's not. So anyway, we both train fasted. We do everything mostly fasted for most of the day. I'm just eyeballing everything. I rarely eat out. So, and I'm a super basic eater. I'm super simple. I eat the same thing every day. So I was looking at the protein power bowl, but I don't know about the soba noodles. I'm not really looking at. I don't even know what that is.
I think a good thing for people to do is definitely when you eat out, pretty much whatever you eat, you can count on it having some extra calories just due to the eating out effect. Like Mike said, they want it to be delicious.
Yeah.
So they're gonna put that little bit of extra oil on it, that little bit of extra sauce or butter or whatever it is. You know what one of my number one tips is for people who are eating out is right when you get there and they ask if you want water, of course the answer is yes. Get some water and get a glass of water and drink that before your meal even comes. Like, what that just did, even just that 8-10 ounces of water, it starts setting the stage for fullness to kick in, versus if I'm starving, like I'm actually pretty hungry. If I just wait, my insulin levels and blood sugar levels are pretty low. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna start eating that food. There's gonna be a rush of insulin as my blood sugar goes up. I'm just gonna want more.
But what really happened is you just got drunk because you drank that pretty fast.
That's right.
So we're gonna have to cut this guy off. We'll let this one slide.
I'm saying it's water to y'all just because that's convenient, but this is really just my alcoholism to deal with. A little inventory check on everyone's meal. So this is that ahi wrap. You can see, as we thought, it's pretty lean. There's ahi in there with veggies mostly. I got the sauce on the side, so this is probably like 200 calories that I'm just gonna be able to avoid or minimize by having it on the side. So like we mentioned, that's a cheat code. Got my side of steak for that extra protein. Mike did well as well because he probably won't eat all those noodles.
I'm not eating none of them.
Yeah, so you can control that. Yeah. And he had a big piece of salmon on there and some avocado.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get some steak and eat the rest of the avocado with it.
All right, now Lucas, let's show them the evidence. So Lucas did pick an item where protein was first, but the preparation of the protein does matter as well. I'm giving him half credit. I mean, it looks great, but I'm sure everything on this menu would look great. I'm giving you half credit because you picked a protein. However, you did happen to pick one that is breaded and deep fried. So I can't give you full credit, but at least we know you're gonna get your protein intake right with this meal. If you're trying to lose body fat, the first thing you need to do is take your lean body mass. So the amount of lean muscle mass and bone density that you have and times that by 0.8. You can even just take your body weight and times it by 0.8 if you want to make it easy for yourself. So if you weigh 200 pounds, that's 160 grams of protein. That's what you need to be consuming as a baseline if you want to set yourself up for success to stick to your diet, maintain your muscle mass, and get into a calorie deficit. Because if you try and undereat protein, you're gonna either lose muscle or not be able to be consistent with your diet. You're gonna fall off and you're gonna end up cheating on the diet.
Let's say some people are not big eaters, don't like a lot of meat. That's why I made Planta. Stop looking at it as a supplement. It's actually a food. It's a lean, clean source of actual protein without all the extra calories, fat, whatever. It's such an easy way to drink something that tastes really good that's gonna help satiate you, but also give you a quick 22 grams of protein.
For me, I wouldn't be able to get the 200 grams of protein that I try and get a day. I wouldn't be able to do it without Planta. It'd be too much meat that I wouldn't want to have to worry about prepping and consuming.
No, that's how I am.
Yeah.
That's how I am. Usually I would be at home eating right now with a shake.
So eat for your protein goals, but no matter what those goals are, Planta's a way of doing that more effectively, actually more cost effectively, because meat is not that cheap and it takes time to prepare it and store it, and it has a shelf life. And it also serves this like final benefit of being delicious. It can satiate cravings.
Right.
You know, you could make things with it. You could just make a smoothie with it, just drink it in water. Either way, it's gonna be delicious. It's gonna help you stay on track.
All I got is my reputation, my word, right? I can't be walking around saying this is the best, if it could be debunked that it's not. Who's debunked me? We do provide the best product out there. And if we're not the best, show me who's better. And we'll level up. Give me the workouts, the mindset, the products. It's fucker shirt season. There's no excuses. You see me get busy today with an injury. Let's go.